ladies and gentlemen. First of all, Maruf, I must thank IPPI for the kind invitation and the hospitality extended to me and to my wife and to this beautiful place of Goa. In order to shorten the presentation that I have for about 20 minutes, I would only concentrate on the main points. As you see, the SAARC energy consumption or the SAARC electricity consumption per capita basis, which is on the left-hand side, is abysmally low as compared to any other region, whether it is the global average or countries like China and Brazil, Malaysia, and what to talk of European Union and USA. If the region has to progress, this must increase by order of magnitude. Where from this energy is going to come? Either through developing our own resources or through complementarities between the energy economies of the member countries or accessing energy from neighboring regions. And that is what the SAARC perspective is in order to address the energy security of the whole South Asia region, which consists of more than 1.5 billion people, and 500 million of them live below $1 per day poverty line, and they are all oil importing on which they spend large amount of their revenues, and they're all energy deficit. In order to address this situation, the SAARC Energy Center was established in 2006 at Islamabad to initiate, promote, and facilitate cooperation in energy sector of SAARC member states for the benefit of all. It's funded by all SAARC member states and supervised by a governing board. And I have here, I can see, I don't know if he's still there, Mr. Alok Gupta, who is the chairman, current chairman of the governing board of the SAARC Energy Center, being a member on the board from India. And the chairmanship rotates on a 2-yearly basis amongst all the members. We have experts from all the member states, and also we have obtained very appreciable international cooperation. Our mandate is to initiate, coordinate, and facilitate regional joint and collective studies on energy in the SAARC region and provide technical inputs for the SAARC Working Group on Energy, Energy Ministers Forum, and other SAARC meetings, help in the integration of regional energy strategies by providing relevant information and expertise, and be a catalyst for the economic growth and development of the South Asia region. The main program areas that we focus are energy efficiency, renewable energy, power energy trade, laws, regulations, and policies, energy resources exploitation, sharing of best practices, capacity building, energy data bank. But today I will be focusing mainly on the power and energy trade. That is the topic of the session. In 2004, the SAARC summit at Islamabad gave the vision of what they called as SAARC Energy Ring. Now this was actually a vision for connecting the countries through various means, physical and intellectual, so that the resources of the countries of the region can be combined for mutual benefit. And we are now currently transforming this vision into reality, as you will see in the next few slides. We are working through 4 intergovernmental groups, expert groups on oil and gas, electricity, renewable energy, and technology transfer, which are meeting regularly to lay down the policies in these areas. As to the connectivity of transnational trade, we have translated this vision into two energy rings, one in the power grid and second is the gas grid. As you see on this map, on the power grid, you have the possibilities of connecting and bringing and importing power from the regional, from the region outside SAARC, mainly to the west, which includes hydropower potential of Central Asia, from Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, which is called the KASA project, and from Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Iran, and etc. Now, there are two main initiatives going on in this area. One is the KASA project, which is supported by the World Bank, and the second is the TUTAP project, or the TUTAP concept project. This is still in the concept stage, which is collecting the Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan together. On the eastern border, or on the eastern side of the subcontinent, we have the Nepal, India, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar grid. To the south, with the Sri Lanka. Now, what you see on this map is that India has a central position in terms of its size as well as in terms of its geography. And therefore, India has to play a very critical role in this whole program, in this whole business. And I'm very pleased to address this distinguished gathering of Indian professionals and experts and policymakers, and to convey that unless and until the main mass of India, the main body of the SAARC is in a position to create this synergy, nothing can happen. I'm very pleased to see that in the last 4 to 5 years, the Indian power sector has made qualitative changes. Indian policy framework has also changed to a great extent to encourage cross-border transmission and cross-border trade of energy. And this is leading to a number of projects, as will come in a minute, which have actually are being happening on the ground. On the gas grid, the things are somewhat similar, but a little different. On the western side, you have resources of Turkmenistan, which is now, I think, the 4th largest gas resource in the world. Iran, which is the 2nd largest gas resource in the world. Qatar, which is the 3rd largest gas resource in the world. Now, all these huge gas resources are lying to the west. We need to realize this. We need to synergize our political and technical wills in order to access these resources. They are available next door. But to access them requires a number of challenges to be overcome. We can discuss what those challenges are during the question hour, if the time permits. Whereas on the east, you have the Myanmar resources. But here again, we in South Asia specialize in talking. We specialize in talking and talking and talking. Whereas we have our neighbor in the north, China, which specializes in doing. We keep on talking, and China comes and takes the resource and builds the pipeline and goes. That's what they have done in Myanmar. That's what they have done in Turkmenistan. And they do it in such a fast manner, in such a quick manner, that it overtakes all efforts that you are doing in terms of negotiation and trying to pursue the transparency and the international competitive bidding and the consensus building and whatever you want to call it. But that is our compulsion, that we have to do that. To take this process forward, SAARC has undertaken 2 major studies. One we call as SAARC Regional Energy Trade Study, which is a voluminous study. But the bottom line is that they have identified 4 main areas of cooperation in the transnational build-up. Firstly, the power market, to develop a SAARC power market, to construct a joint regional or sub-regional petroleum refinery which can serve the whole nation, whole region. Similarly, a regional or sub-regional LNG terminal and a regional or sub-regional power plant. And we are now in the process of carrying out a couple of studies on on some of these aspects. As a follow-up of this study, which was done by the Asian Development Bank assistance, another study done by the ADB assistance is a study on South Asia Regional Power Exchange, which has identified various opportunities in the electricity trade, as you see on this slide, which include India, Bhutan, India, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and CASA 1000. Obviously, as I was saying, India has a central role to play in all these activities. You are aware of many of these projects, and some of these will be explained by my speakers that follow me. But what I like to emphasize here is the last column, where you see the annual benefit in terms of dollars of these projects, economic benefits. Now, the economic benefits of the investment that you made are enormous. And that is where you can see how these transnational power exchange programs help the countries to overcome and to develop, as we're talking today, democracy and development. So how these projects are contributing to the development of the region. I mean, India, Bhutan, with an investment of $140 to $160 million, the annual economic benefit is of the order of $2 billion. And similarly for most other projects. And these are annual benefits, so if you calculate them on the 30-year project life or 50-year project life, they are enormous. The next steps that we are taking, number one, we are considering at this time, all the countries of the region, a draft SAARC Intergovernmental Framework Agreement for Regional Cooperation in Energy, in electricity mainly. This draft has been prepared by India and is currently under circulation to all the countries. And if it is approved, I hope it will be approved by the next summit, it will form the main instrument or the main basis, legal basis for creating all the necessary institutions and instruments that are required for energy cooperation, for electricity transmission and trade. The second study that we are going to conduct next year is the detailed scenario analysis on the various regional interconnections that have been identified, and also prepare a master plan, transmission master plan for the SAARC region as a whole. And thus, the SAARC Energy Center, we are mitigating energy poverty through fostering energy cooperation within and across South Asia for a better tomorrow. Thank you very much.